Hey everyone, Wydek welcoming you to Game 1 of a Best of 3 series from Group C of the Winter Dreamhack 2013 edition. And this time on Derelict Watcher, we've got spawning in the bottom left as the Red Terran, we have, representing Team Acer, we have Innovation. And he will be the barcode, but it is Innovation, rest assured. And his opponent, an opponent he has faced various times in the past, spawning in the top right as the blue Protoss, representing Woonjin Stars, we have SOS. And it's very interesting because we are here on Derelict Watcher, and Derelict Watcher is quite a large map for a two-player map. And there are some things to take note of. One is this very large area in the center. So there are a lot of ways that you can attack your enemy. You can go to the north, you can go to the south, you can go really deep south around, and also really deep north to circumvent possibly your opponent's vision. So Derelict Watcher is quite a large map for two players. I like this little icon of Woonjin Stars, and you zoom in, it looks really quite good. Actually, I didn't notice this before. It might be in the other casts that I've done, but I didn't notice it. But Innovation is going to be opening up with the barracks, and SOS is going to be going for that gateway, so no hijinks as of yet. I've seen a lot of games where Innovation is going really greedy and going for command center first, even on the low ground. I guess he's not going to be doing that this game. Now, he is getting that barracks up with that refinery, so he may be going for early Reapers. Now, Reapers are not that horrible on this map. They're not super useful either, because to get into the main, you do need to jump into the natural area before you can harass the probe line at that main base. So that is something to take a note of. Now, we do have a probe moving around for SOS. Is he going to be going for an early proxy of some kind? Or is he just going for scouting? Now, if you notice, this probe took the very, very southern route to try and scout his opponent, or to place possibly a proxy structure. And the probe is hanging around for a long time. But Innovation is going to be sending an SCV to SOS base. SOS is indeed putting down a proxy pylon. So when Innovation heads to SOS's base, he's going to see two pylons, and he may get suspicious because there generally should be another one. So he may get suspicious. Why is there only two pylons here at this point in time? Because his opponent will be supply blocked fairly soon. At the same time, we do have that Reaper coming out, but is he going to be able to spot that Stargate? The Reaper is looking around for something, but this location is quite good for SOS. This Reaper is not going to be able to scout it. This Reaper is looking everywhere for it. Is he going to be able to find it? Yes. So, now SOS plan has been revealed by Innovation's Reaper, and now this puts SOS in quite the pickle, and not a tasty one. This would be very difficult for SOS to execute, because his Stargate is not even finished yet. Then he has to wait for the Oracle to finish before he's going to be able to do some Oracle harass. And this pylon is already taking permanent damage right now, so the pylon might not even finish. That mothership core is slowly moving across the map, but it is going to stop temporarily, and then now it's going to continue its course. But is this pylon going to survive by the time this Oracle needs to come out? Now, there is a second pylon being warped in, so that is going to keep that Stargate operational. So even when the Reaper blows up this pylon, this Stargate will still be working. And now with that mothership core there as well. No, I was wrong. The pylon is actually just out of range of that Stargate. This is horrible news for SOS. SOS didn't have a great chance even if this pylon was still operational. But now, without this Stargate being operational, I think Innovation is in a very, very good position. He already has missile turrets in his main base. He already has 6 Marines, which is the magic number as well. Excuse me there, I fumbled with something. And SOS is going to be putting down another pylon to get this Stargate up and running, but that's a lot of lost resources. Another probe is going to go down as well. And now that Reaper is harassing the main base. There aren't that many units to deal with that Reaper. The probes have been pulled off the line to try and deal with it. A sentry has been called in as well. At the same time, Innovation is going to push across the map with a horde of Marines. We've got about 6 here in the middle of the map. And the 7th Marine is being focused down on this pylon. At the same time, we do have the Oracle moving into the SCV line. Unfortunately, the missile turret is already in position. So this Oracle is only going to be able to do periphery damage. Able to kill 2 SCVs. And possibly a Marine here, but now that Oracle is going to have to scoot out of there. At the same time, we have 6 Marines trying to charge up that natural ramp, but SOS is going to put down that Sentry force field. And with that Planetary Nexus, 2 Marines are going to go down as well. So at least this first counterattack from Innovation has been thwarted by SOS. But he is taking a beating, as now this Stargate is going to be useless. This second pylon is going to fall as well. And pylons aren't free. So these is resources that our Protoss player is enduring, and it's very, very bad for SOS. He's in a very poor position. Innovation has a huge, gigantic momentum and the lead as well. And now with that Stargate falling, we're going to take a look at the resources lost. It is going to be deeply in favor of Innovation. And so SOS secret Oracle attack is going to fail, as it wasn't secret long enough. Like I said, when Innovation was looking at SOS's base and didn't see that third pylon, he immediately thought something was strange. And then he sent that Reaper to go scout around, and he was able to find it. So very intuitive by Innovation, unfortunate for SOS. And now we've got about 12 Marines. Yes, it is 12 Marines moving very close to that main natural for SOS. Now, these Marines do not have stim, and they do not have shields. But with that Nexus Cannon down, they only need 3 shots to kill Marines, and that is going to scare away the whole lot of them. And that will give SOS about another half minute to recollect himself, try and get some more units to defend himself from the oncoming attack. Now, the supply advantage is in favor of Innovation by about 10, so that isn't a huge advantage necessarily. But remember, SOS has been behind for basically the entire game because he went for that Oracle proxy attack, and it didn't work out. Now, what might come in favor for SOS is he does have the 1-1 upgrades soon to be finished, so he'll have the upgrade advantage. And Innovation only has +1 weapons started. He doesn't even have armor started. So SS is going to retain that advantage for quite a while. At the same time, Zealot Charge is half finished as well. But Innovation does have the 20 supply advantage, and he is going to move in here with the Stimmed Marines, able to do a lot of DPS. A lot of force fields do go down, cutting off half that army, but SOS is going to have to fall back. No more energy for that Nexus Cannon, waiting for that energy to restore, and SOS is going to back off temporarily. A lot of his units have lost all of their shields. So even without Medivacs, Innovation is fearless, just stimming those Marines and Marauders, heading headstrong into that natural base of SOS. And Innovation is going to be protecting and securing his third command center as well behind this offensive. And the 20 supply advantage is going to be increasing, as well as Medivacs joining the fray. And now the Marines and Marauders are very close to that ramp. And it looks like 2 Medivacs are going to fill up with units and boost into the main base of SOS. Is he going to be able to spot this? The pylon isn't finished yet. And it looks like the Medivacs are going to be able to drop. SOS has no idea. This area is great. The probe is going to catch it. But unfortunately, the units have already been dropped. The Archon is here able to defend. Archon is going to fall immediately. Feedbacks do go down on both those Medivacs. Some of the Terran units do fall, as well as the Protoss units, and the feedbacks do ensure the Medivacs don't have any energy. So they will boost away and pick up about 75% of that army. So Innovation is just applying pressure. Now he's got more units at the front door. He's still got this small attack force to the west side of SOS's base. So Innovation is just applying the pressure, and now he's picking apart those slightly western pylons. And SOS is going to move out from his base. This is not a good move by SOS. He is going to retreat back to that ramp, looking for safety of that high ground advantage. But SOS is doing a lot of pressuring, and now he's got 4 full Medivacs. 2 more feedbacks do go down on 2 Medivacs. The units are still going to drop at that main and also just below that ridge. And it looks like this is going to force Innovation to fall back. That is a very unhealthy Marauder. And unfortunately for SOS, one of his proxy pylons has been spotted on the western side of the map. The Marauders are going to be able to clean this up, it looks like. So SOS is not having anything go right for him. He is going to try and warp him some Zealots. It looks like Innovation is not going to be able to kill this pylon as of yet. The Marauders are going to get chopped up in half. So SOS was able to take that small encounter. But now with all the medevacs dropping right on top of this pylon, no more future reinforcements are going to be able to do very much. And it looks like SOS is going to be very aggressive here. He is moving across the map. Now, he does have 2-2 upgrades, while Innovation currently only has 1 weapon upgrade and 0 armor upgrade. So SOS can make this work. He's got quite a big upgrade advantage, but he is down by 30 supply. But he has to hurry, because once those upgrades do finish for Innovation, I think the game is going to be set. And SOS is going to be moving into that third base. We do have the Marines and Marauders there. SOS is going to back off, and now it looks like SOS is going to charge into that natural. Force fields do go up, cutting off some of that army, but it's not fully blocked off, and there are still medevacs. It looks like SOS is going to head into that third base, chopping away at those SCVs as well as those Marines and Marauders. But those are a lot of SCVs providing a buffer for those barrack units. And those Archons are taking significant damage. Now, those Archons do a lot of damage to biological units. Unfortunately, there aren't that many units left for SOS. The Marauders and Marines are stimming quite heavily, able to defeat a lot of the Archons. And now there's only 1 Archon left and 3 sentries. And Innovation has a 50 supply advantage. And SOS is not going to be able to recover from this. Innovation is going to charge forward. He's got lots of Marauders focusing down on those Zealots. And Innovation is going to be victorious. Interesting, no GG by SOS. Generally, South Koreans are well known for their very good-mannered play style. Interesting, there was no GG. But Innovation, once SOS had his Stargate discovered by that Reaper, it was basically not going to work. And then to add insult to injury, he added the pylon, but it was just like a smidge, just like an inch too short of repowering that Stargate. And I think that really sealed the deal for SOS. It would have took a colossal, cataclysmic failure from Innovation to lose the game at that point. As long as he just played reasonably okay, the game was for him to win. And so he is going to take game 1 in its best of 3. Let's head over to game 2 to see if SOS can even the series or if Innovation is going to take it in a sweep.